Today on Newsbreak, it's the shocking state of the nation now. It is clear for all to see our nation in deplorable condition. Ghanaians continue to wonder, how did we get to this point?
Wait, doesn't Ghana belong to all of us?
And not some few individuals.
You just read my mind.
Why must someone come and spoil all that has been built for over 60 years? And we still need to build it again?
It's all because of the future of our children and their children. Building the Ghana we all want together.
Guys, the way job no day this country is like, if I plate pay, I dey go your kids straight. I hear say brothers they do 2 to 3 jobs for that side. Oh, no, buso.
Kofi, I agree with you. My bro will come like 4 years this. Do they search for job? You rep application like 200. All for water inside.
Money pen.
You for straight safe.
Guys. All this unemployment where they go on for this country is sorted out by John Mahama and the NDC's 24-hour economic policy. Easy.
Hey, how you go do them?
Simple. John Mahama and the NDC say they will encourage and support certain businesses, make them operate 247, probably on the 3-shift system of 8 hours each, by creating an enabling environment that will put activity, competitiveness, and well-paying jobs for us after school.
Good. I mean, make a busy question. We can companies and businesses with John Mahama and the NDC they refer to.
The 24-hour economy go primarily but not exclusively focus on agro-processing, manufacturing, materials, constructions, mining and acquiring industries, leisure and hospitality, sanitation and waste management, digital startups, business process outsourcing, retail centers, financial services, modern markets, transportation services. Some public institutions like the Port and Harbour, Customs, DVLA, and Passport Office are all included. What the be saying, there are no limits to companies and businesses who go benefit from the 24-hour economy policy.
Hey, Mesa. You sure say this 24-hour economy system go fit work?
Kofi Pa, no be you where right there. You talk say Wednesday work 2 to 3 jobs for Yonki a day. So how you figure it happen?
Well, 24-hour it happened for UK, France, Germany, Sydney, South Korea. So it happened for years.
This idea be very sweet. I'm not gonna lie, it be very sweet. Why people they carry one district, one factory, hunting for food and jobs, moving from taxation to production? Where these ideas all pass? They all 10 beans. That be me my problem. Trust.
Guys. Make you not forget say or see idea your John Mahama and the NDC we build the Atwabo gas plant, the terminal 3 for the Kotuka International Airport, and the Meridian Port Service Terminal. We right now said be the second largest harbor for the West Coast. Weigh them all to the web 24/7 as we speak.
And man, if you happy no, guys, me and they talk something. But trust there, John Mahama they start to among all of them.
Vote for John Mahama, the nation builder, and the NDC for a 24-hour economy. Ejuma Pankwa.
And let me put this thing to rest once and for all. They always talk about
live on TV as well as on Power 97.9 FM and a Thursday, the 8th of February 2024 in the year of our Lord and Samayede Ebrewoni from 37 Abibisi Street, Ewusu, the heart of Accra, and Semnu Nyinano, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and Ra Ukupiemu Ewo UPSC na Sama. Wode eto ho ne niswade ho so Ghana for eto abamano na omedi wo man nanim mfiem pimienu ni aduonu nan abatom no wodane nyina edi nemom no no be ka se kenken kwahwe enim ne nyina no ewie yi ye baba bebo ne sem nyina ne abone tokuro ya woman nyina nyanwo say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ono ene obi a wasa Ghana fo nya gidie ewo no mo ne yesan ekofa no san say de nya de say ye beto bi ahwe be so bi ahwe bia no so bi bia enya adwuma ne se mo de tu dwa no nyina no ye bebie mu makomako amatimamufo a omo wo 16 regions across the country no omo nsa atumi ate ensem nyina no omo asonso etie no omo ani ahwe nsema ode etu edwa no Facebook live ne Power 979 TVS was Ghana Samson on YouTube SYC broadcasting na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ensem ban na ono so ede atu edwa ni nyina so ensem a mobete ene awiai ewo dwumadie no so enti nsem a ebai ya sema ye baba bibi mu makomako ede amamo ene ya wadai na chese enura starting midweek no so as usual ene mecheska bebre ewo dwumadie no so enti sa afei ana watwena bian wa fidie na na hu ye sanse ene mecheska bebre ede ama ahwefo ene etiefo ewo dwumadie no so star 274 has na wasende waselect po FM number 1 wabo 1 na 25 Ghana 2 na 10 Ghana capacity formula na mede ye adwuma ene mesa mesin team chiska no bibribi e de amahwefo ene yen etiefo ewo dwumadie no so channel so set stations bibri na efa dwumadie na fill stations ya etwa ehia ewo matama wodo edun sene nyina mo ene amanene obia efa na obia so etie bi asala kase akoma Medimosis clinic and herbal center umadawru mata echire kan wo bi ene edi dwumadie ebre wo saso na Safari Valley Eco Resort omo dewu ewo Eastern region of the Republic of Ghana omo so eka ho Power Specialist Herbal Hospital so ekura yimu ya edi dwumadie ebre wo Hebron Hills International School wo say excel and shine saso na S natural mineral water meko nyina dawru man amusu herbal clinic eka ho na ta echire a yedi dwumadie edi ebrewo ene enwumre medin edi Mufabe Maase obetimi afreme atan kolega biga enti sabre yebeda ho simeti omo yebeba yebejebre na afei yebibi ensem no channel so se ene yebesi nkonya abrabo no nan apemu yenua ba Rudala Sedo Deputy National Youth Organizer of the NDC sanso ena yenua ba na akoyo enso NDC and parliamentary candidate for Awutu Senya East in the Central Region omo ene mamienu a eneyi nua ma no mini omo ebedi enkomo na chese ne ye ho ede ma ho ene eno no smeti mo mesan ba ye ba ye beje nsem nyina mu nkyire mu. Power to the people. Live on Power 97.9 FM and also on TV as was. This is your number one political talk show in Ghana, Inside Politics. Yede Efi Osu 37 Abibisi Street Ewo Studios here. Yede Eto Yabubuano Baby Bia Wo Ewo Ghana Memoir. Yes, I say Shase Ede Efi Eye Nana Turu Ninu Yaketua Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Aja Turu to Ninu Yaketua no Enra Enaja Ujina Simpeso Ede Neniso Adi Hu nyina Ede to Ghana fo anim say Yami aduma omonto aba ema no na eja omedi wo man nanim se de be ya odi amemu papa ebebre eye Ghana fo. Hey Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Yakopo me se kasoro hwa. Kasoro hwa o. Kasoro hwa. Na enu asema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said His Excellency John Dramani Mahama abra wo hia eye Trade Union Congress. Oni TUC mpanifo hia na ordinary 24-hour economy proposal ne two omanim no the TU free TUC one Secretary General Dr. Ban say we dia a game changer na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia die ya mutu enu asema papa no kokan nyina ba kokura nya sasem ba kokura ni wa ewom ayampia ko an otoma na nado ene ken ofori ata to ayampia minister si doso me ba me de 50 me ba E-levy me ye free ho on Peace FM o wo mu a Peace FM nsemo kan nyina is in the public domain na E-levy yenya kwadwo pon kroma ya o information minister e de beto abonten say E-levy no ho ni implementation ni bi bia nyina no ye pe obi ana the brain behind E-levy ni bibia na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enya me na me kan yo is in the public domain. Information minister kwadwo pon kroma on the two Ghana fo nyina anim me se me ba ha me fa nkrata me go say me be hwe nkrata so na me didi me djuma me ba na maka nipa o ka asem na kyerɛw na maka kyerɛw sɛ wo google a wo behu ma wo date no so ayɛ dɛ apɛ so aka ho sɛ nura obi atwɛn sɛ Mahmoud Bawumia be ka so yeso ye twɛn na guy blacks aye what they say afko koso ye twɛn na mmerɛ no kɔ kakra Mahmoud Bawumia be ka sa Mahmoud Bawumia ka sɛ nyina oba ya hwee bi ni ho sɛ John Mahama campaign a wona ma wo yi wone ne boss apɔ kronkron fo mienu yi na kyɛ sɛ wo dɔto me ba emissions levy me ye free ho no adɔto me ba VAT on electricity residential consumption me ye free ho no adɔte Mahama sɛ me ba me ministers yi omumro more than 60 no adɔte ba wo mia ni ani so ade hu bia sɛ oba be lead this country and ye can si asem so. When John Mahama was the chairman of the economic management team from 9th January 2009, ABC 7th January 2013, on the 24th of July 2012, a year, His Excellency Atamisi J. Moa, Obe to Aso and Sanaja, Wojina Magana for to Aba Manaba president. And the leadership as chairman of the economic management team will be our history. Yeah, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de yes we economic whiskey which I say baby abefa bia ye boni din na wa bin e wesi kasam wa bin wesi kasam John Mahama no e besi kasam a ho enya ne field no otumi eboa ye abra na Dr. Kwabena Dufo eye finance minister no two deputies fifi kote ene eye setekwe ansa na akire no changes eba ya eye mona kote ekoye deputy eko support wo mo ewo ho and fifi was moved to transport abraya ma mejifa ativo ehwe no nkwa no fifi was moved to that sector and wo hwe ba bia Dr. Kwabena Dufo ne John Mahama mo ene se tekwe mo manage economy no abra ne John Mahama ya chairman of the economic management team asanda Tamis Efrim na John Mahama san babaji akonya no ese Eurobond yekọ mama so ni akwaje sika ne de abeboa oba ye de na da ho kofo de a ono ba ye obeyi free ho no mo so kwaje bie ede beboa ye call IMF ede ensese ye papa ede beto work ma Ghana fo a chese aho kira ye wo mo sese nyesa aho kire bi mu ne free ye Bawumia agina simpie so ka kire Ghana fo say if the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate no will expose you and today dollar na 3 CD to dollar no Abrajo Mahama free akonya so on the 7th day of January 2017 no na 3.8 enam 13 plus Bawumia say na de ne ye yentie no ene de ne ye enti se woni wo master enam na se me wo ha as a general manager Edema Power FM na me bompa ye say me boss wa wono no oye CEO no ma won kɔ nanim na me twitwa ne nanti na me hu say me wo adwen papa bi wo ho a metime de aboa management ama adwuma wo etompon me se menye me wakwanya se metime de sponsor se de aba me se menye me de me sori a me se ebegu enwu me na mu saa na me hu say management take decisions bi a emwa me se me de me kasa metimu saa ebeye yesa eba saa me madwen ene makoma mu no me gya adwuma na to na me kɔ I will resign. Na so we dey wo timbi. What you say wo timbi o. Wo timbi. Na ade no ekɔ shape na senke wo se senke. Senke ne be wura ma wo beti atonsuo no mapono ma mo nyina mo bewu. Wo tia na na do appoint 126 ministers. Wo so wo ba be ye 50. Na ba o me officer Ghana for ye Jimmy. Sa ye Jimmy bre ne twam. Ghanaians are descending. Wo bie ne ho a ne se nani mieye. Abofra kwa wa wona to won wonya a year 5-6 months ya wo discussion is ma hu siska na wo de ahye nesem ende sabre no atwam utumi medada obi a biem sa lecture me call lecture wa Central University KNUST NUDS ahwan no ba womia atwam wo lecture nyina atonsuom bia wo say wo ye empty bibia ne wo mo ya betimi de aboa wo man we na enura ne vision na wo so wo de ba no Esa Ghana for nya so na yintie nsem odi to dwane bi ewo UPS ho.
My administration, thank you, will incentivize the private sector to complement government in the provision of many infrastructure and other services to reduce government expenditure and improve maintenance. The private sector will be encouraged to build roads, schools, hostels, and houses for government to rent or lease to hold. The demand for roads construction is massive, and this has historical nature annually from various items across different ministries, departments, and agencies. This policy will energize the private sector and create many jobs. Enhancing the role of the private sector, along with fiscal and administrative decentralization, improving our systems and the way our institutions function, will lead to greater efficiency, cutting waste and ensuring value for money in procurement. The move towards private sector provision of many public services would create the fiscal space of at least 3% of GDP annually. This represents a major paradigm shift. Additionally, an efficient system of governance will require even fewer ministers. I would have, therefore, no more than 50 ministers and deputy ministers. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about our tax system. To increase government tax revenue, we have to reform and refocus the Ghana Revenue Authority towards broadening the tax base. Unfortunately, the pressure that is placed on GRA staff to collect revenues makes them focus on existing taxpayers. Sometimes they even have to go and sit in people's shops to monitor sales, a process known as invigilation.
Well, that was Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Bawumia, okasa se o paniki shekia nu sheki brania che se de ye kasa e wo dom a ye tra se kasa won paniki ube gina wo painting no aye o presentation jo mahama mo kasa ye hwedi wi anu o mo sitie o mo toto o mo sa en dane o mo sa te se de onu obi ko boxing on say pressure e wo so because on say ma say wo man no the president did air force obi amfrel e calling me see obi amfrel your mama sorry on the 24th July 2012 no why vice president did do nhumene no why president e calling obi amfrel and na me ba me be the 50 ministers and na tax no one why we your trofo ubetimi aya wona na ado na hye ho tu kwan ya wo na take over ko na mo kwete 100 and something ministers mo kote so emre mo da so wo emre e wo manim ba wo ya sa de tu Anderson wo de he tie won wo se me kasa e bia no ama evidence kakra presentation say obi a wo confidence na wo kasa me gina kasa e ma me ho po te say de minim de meka me be gina ha me kura paper o me kura paper o me presentation nicely neatly pepe me ho po te say de nipa ase me be di atrontin me be di atroti ba wo me di atroti no ne ho wosoa na e woso ana wosoa te say de di nsuonwunu egu no so ase kura ye awa ba wato nsuonwunu mu na ba wo me ho wosoa na e woso so Dwamahama kasa e ahwe tie Dwamahama e kasa e ahwe won woso no ho saa on panike saa obi a wabon no obi atie wabon wo di atro na e kasa enam say only confidence enam say de okanyina ya atro wonim say de okane mfuto no otu egu amafo nti no okasa na no hopo ana oboni tiri kolikoli te say abosoma kotre masa Dwamahama okasa
cocktail. This networking event provides an excellent opportunity to share new ideas, knowledge, wisdom, and experiences. And I mean experiences from Ghana that defy all the models and theories taught in business schools. Because if you have survived this economy since 2018,
Jomama okasa. Jomama okasa. What you say? I'm for so relaxing no mutie no. Jomama kasa wa relaxe wa ben wo yo obi a wa ben yan twema no. Jomama yan twema no. Na ba wo mia de ye twe ne de ahye ne sem. Okasa na ho ese wo so me sem be another one. Yeah, okasa.
Advice we have been providing over the years to Cabinet. As Vice President, I was asked by the President to assist in solving some of the problems that were inhibiting the transformation of Ghana's economy. My approach was to help formalize the economy through digitalization as stated in our 2016 manifesto. This is why my office has had oversight responsibility for many of the government's digitalization projects. We can only build a vibrant nation if we have strong systems and institutions that work. Very soon, artificial intelligence will transform the world. How are we preparing Ghana for this new phenomenon?
Wana na ne ba pa ni ba omi awana wo no yefunu be na wo sabai wana ne ba no no wade nyankopon waso wonya dan oversight what responsibility na me na adwuma na ehya me sa me emisa atate asa na oya vice president me command 170 questions and no won sama de koy na 173 pages emisa ata wo man 170 questions now what the questions na ma emisa ata no knowing very well, sir, as chairman of the economic management team at that time, no, now no, and yen juma no, also the now on the or advising on policies. 670 questions now to command Mr. Atano. Now so what to turn you and now so what to know for Mr. Table. So that time I moved by Umia. Me baba ma 4 checks. That showed that said by Umia or your true for a some more can you now waboa. Na me say hey agwon ya ba won agwon saa ma papa we ohun obenu no hokura say obeka so obe lead NPP say ya to aba enfanya den enfa ema no ba womia benu no ho me say ma won agwon ma won apakat ya bono fru say ni ya boni yam ni ya boni film ni ya boni yam ni ya boni film ni ya boni yam ni ya boni film ensemo kan ye nyina no such a useless caricature way to me come 170 questions will be answered una afrikini. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rating will expose us. No, Satam now what Jupiter and now what Mars. Munafiki caricature. Some of can have in home. And now what did what the catastrophe and now UPS? Yeah, what Casate said here. Yeah, dear Pia ago so. At said here, a Pia, a do so she go one. Wait for a president, they do Ghana to Fiakwa. Fiakai. Wait, and see china. Ghanaians will not make that mistake again. BMO. Koto beku baba we. See a beton black and white. Your mama or hoya see a pay your mama a kofa ba wumia. You woo. And see. Pastor, we shall see to 10 years and I just say Okanya Sasem. We shall see to Kakraka now with them and I just say Okanya Sasem. And some now walk can make us also your true for. And then there was Ujania free economic management to Ujania free who as chairman. So we advise Massa, Ubwa, Yadia Shaw Conda that day, you were. Credit to nobody ever mount. Okay, digitalization. Dr. Manebuama and Dr. Boatem Mohi. Digitalization, who could see Santa no heaven. Who do I could for buy an achievement in him? Who could you know what to make idea about Copa Maya? Would you? Unim dia ba kama dade chebia kama bekwa akopa ache kama ultimate na Ghana ha we yo ho yetie ne tuo ni bi me bete ne to ene ba wo mia ne pieto ne bete to na Ghana fo nyina hu ni suban du hu se ba wo mia ekwa na wo she ni suit kase na wo dam na wo se emom samia wo kumo ma bregu pa wo ti we pa na mudi na chi ya campaign ma no emfa okay Matias ye iti na bibi te se samia wo kumo na okope MP di no iti na ho se ba wo mia na ono na office so Gideon Boako nya sa na mofre no ono so kope MP di ya yuji ahen so kope MP di ani afi de Matias ye pa omo hu se omoko yentie ne sem ni bi wi amasa wo na gon
I look at the economic management team. It is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Wachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was. Kukrudu, fellow Kukrudites, we were elected to fix the problems, and I'm glad to report that we are fixing the problems and we are putting in place the policies that will drive the economic transformation of this country. It is very clear that the economy is beginning to respond to the policies of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
It is very clear. Ghana for say we are fixing the problems. We underline the word we. And yet we are yanum we. Muna Afrikini. Okacha Sananado. We see we. What's your economic management team? No more responsibilities. We are more play. We say we are facing the problems. And today you are running away. If I say Akufo-Addo come. Ulmani that's one who called that injury time. What? Na when you know, Asafuma for acquire jitu mo say, Bawumia dear, a economic management team no committee na said the Bawumia the professional contribution no Ghana growth any bibia konkan na Bawumia you too much. Asafuma for on Bawumia.
All of us here, and on behalf of my colleagues, say a very big thank you to the type of leadership the EMT has enjoyed from Dr. Bawumia. A chairman who is so involved in the work of he works like a member, like a secretary. It's sterling quality, professionally excellent. So we are where we are because Dr. Bawumia is putting up a very professional chairmanship with the EMT. And I pray that we continue to work together as a team.
I've heard the Ujani. Mr. Bema Bawumia Oboni Tinukunibium, and Bana, if you free Teno, Radinia Copon. The man was sweating. I will say, we were UPSA. Jomama kwa relaxe Professor Jenana Pokwa Jimakwa Kasa or relaxe Penifobia Kasa or relaxe. Apeti vifre no boni tirim koli tisa bosuma kotre. Sako kan sema mieto ase oba abolish VAT on electricity any abasa scrap emissions levy obe gini na every ho. Jesus Christ. Ya obe say Jesus Christ. Yekotie mu na African.
New policies that I am proposing to implement in 2025 will give us the fiscal space to eliminate some taxes, such as the proposed VAT on electricity, if they are still on the books, the emissions tax, and the betting tax, without compromising our fiscal deficit. The new policies that I am proposing to implement in 2025 will give us the fiscal space to eliminate some taxes, such as the proposed VAT on electricity, if they are still on the books, the emissions tax, and the betting tax, without compromising our fiscal deficit.
Very well. Now just say, Dr. Mahmoud, Bawumia, no. Now, me pese ya koyechi. Let's be reflective. Go back. Technicians and Munya said, Juman Mammy. Now, you correct baby, and now Osafuma for Ekasa or Bob Bawumia Baso as chairman of the economic management team. na oboni tirim kokoli na yama ne fans oboni tirim koli ntu Jack Toronto ni aketua no Jack Toro Jimmy Toro nsu oboni tirim kokoli ye kotie Jimmy Toro
all of us here to and on behalf of my colleagues say a very big thank you to the type of leadership the EMT has enjoyed from Dr. Bawumia. A chairman who is so involved.
He's so involved. Thank you. Yeah, Jumani say, Mamia. Ralph ne Kevin, ne meniaje. Ne yia was a Timmy Mushu, wati. Me mamushu down by me mushu. More fire. And the drone was a munyabi. Power to the people. Another fact check. VAT implementation, on a year electricity for residential consumption, now he was part. Yet the work. Eh, well, Bamia was instrumental in what? Drafting E-levy tax. TME. Why not that a year TV national? The other TV national be who Germany, France, and their Facebook Live, Power 97 and TV SYZ Ghana, Samsung and YouTube, SYZ broadcasting. Share the all casano. A branch of friend said, Kojo upon Kroma. Was it Bawumia was instrumental in drafting E-levy tax? And yes, sir, or can't what you're trying to kaku. Or something I know you're that kind. Say E-levy now, Bawumia so about abolish, obey every one. It's yes, some Kojo upon Kroma Kafa, yeah, Bawumia.
Digitalization will not be compromised by E-levy. I have to be responded to, and it's been responded to ad nauseum. The second matter of dealing with the poor, the Vice President himself was very instrumental, and I don't think I break my cabinet oath when I say this, because I believe it serves a good purpose. He was very instrumental in the cabinet meetings and the EMT meetings to ensure that his principled argument of protect the poor was upheld, and that is why the threshold of 100 Ghana cedis, which accounts for about 40% of Momo transactions on a daily basis, 40% was excluded from this levy. So in substance, the two issues, in my view, that...
It's okay. So he was very instrumental in drafting the E-levy tax. And today, fully support E-levy. And Mugabe na kan yo. Tie. Enye Mugabe na kan, enye Daladam na kan yo, enye Busua Panyini, enye na akoyo, enye Rudela Sado. Enye Dr. Mane Boama, enye Fifi Kote na kan yo, enye Johnson Esi Edu, enye Honorable Julius Debra na kan yo, enye Mami Betimudi Dusi na kan, enye Professor Jena na Opoko Adjama, enye Honorable Samuel Sapo na kan yo. Wei, enye Nana Kwesi, Asante Regional Chairman na kan yo, enye Chama Ajare na kan yo. Wei eye John Buodu. Na woman and cabinet ba general secretary was about Bawumia support ya me Mugabe me kokande ye tie Bawumia o ka say ye to aba e de mana obe abolish E-levy any VAT on electricity residential consumption ye di kind de no e the amount but another fact check Bawumia ti radio so e say obi a wodi tro enya ade a obeti ayeden abedi president yetie Bawumia
we a leader not only principles everything I open can just for votes then on yentimi because of votes na oh yeah we in so only man we a leader not only principles everything I open can just for votes then on yentimi because
very well the way nkruma asene we ya utwitwa de ye for ya enye yie wodi enya ado for ya enye yie ayese aburu ya chese apro aburu a enye no ndokono nye wodi ya sichiri dokono a enye wodi ya tz a enye na wodi ya nchachira nso a enye aburu na enya enye edua na nkasa esi wono apro Bawumia it say dua esu a ni hini ni nyina aye den ewu e de Kennedy ka kire na ado no wo ye empty woni hwia wo de bre Ghana for. Fellow Ghanaians, brothers and sisters, ma obi anya mistake. And brothers and sisters, me say ma obi anya dai anya mistake. So be kwa akoto aba ma munafiki we. Never. So be hwe no atwam. Ye hia obi a wo ye tried and tested. Ye hia obi a all track record. Ye hia obi a wo gina simpie so, wonam Greater Accra region, wonam Central region, wonam Ashanti region, wonam Northern region, wonam Savannah region, wonam Volta region, wonam Oti region. Na okọ constituency bia wo betimi de wonsa kire ade bia waye den. Waye ewo ho. Omo ba yi kasa bebrebe. Wantimi ankire de omaye o. Timi ankire de omaye. Me de ya meton no. Amofa joma ma fonyi nto nche ka ntimi ton ye. Papa meton no. Ye friend His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We obi a ompre. Wono no enyame na ato ne saye den afren eye calling. Na opese na na ado ne bawomia anumdwa ne ken kwa no. Womra ne yehu. Yensu ansa, ne yensu ansuo. Yehu. Ye den mu oduo. Ganafo efien ene akire ni o. Se yaso ansuo. Dollar abiadifo a mo makola. Mo eya shaman. Minuanu ma mo aboso kan ne so ame magazine. Minuanu ma mo kasoa market. Ya na mutumi ko Dubai ene China ekofa enema eba no ene mutumi ko biema na. Na dollar ne 3.8 ene enam 13 plus. Mutumi ko. Udwa 3 nyina ye den ahye. Ene emmebu na wo ma we mu any future. Omo ni future. O can say ya create jobs 2.something million. Ewa hen sector ben hospital ben we bia ya for nursing school ben we bia ya for teachers ene teacher fo a wo mo awie training college kwatwere nso hwe no 47% ni afeli wo mo because na na do me pass wo ma nya de obetimi apost wo matwe wo mo ka. The wicked people managing the affairs of this country. And we be omo de do all every sector na do ne ba wo mi ase ho. Na do ene ba wo mi ano difference bi anim. Na do ne ba wo mi difference bi anim. Omo dwini bom, omo ye bibia bom together. Nti na do ni ho aba wo mi ne hwe na chi. Wa jam ama no obia bedi ne ho adanse ye say wa play role no kama. Ti mo obia me ka hwe. Enfa ye hu biem. Mahama yenti okakre.
Now all those who contributed to the mess are trying to run away as if they were not part of it. People have begun saying, oh, they were not in charge, they were not listening to them and all that. All of them, they inside. Jack Toronto and all his small brothers, all of them are part of the mess that we're going through. None of them can escape responsibility. None of them. Now all those who contributed to the mess are trying to run away.
Pogumbe ni se mami ane meni aje. Ati asiye. Yesen tie ba ko nka ho. Bomu gumbe no wo sa tie ba ko ka ho.
Leadership, I know, is a duty of self-sacrifice, and Ghana requires a leadership of selflessness. Today, Ghana needs a leadership of honesty and truth. Today, Ghana needs a leadership of humility and modesty. And Ghana at this time needs a leadership with a sense of justice and needs a leadership with a sense of vision that steers our country on a path of peace and security. And so as I offer myself for leadership of my nation in this next chapter of my life, I pray that the good Lord will imbue me with the qualities that are needed to lift this country back on its feet out of the crisis in which we are. And I ask that the church always remembers me in prayer in this Herculean task that I am about to undertake.
Very well. Na mi bi so. Sir Enrano Baumia lecture na eche no. Na LGBTQ no ho se mumana. Aka ho hwiu. Your mama na sia building Ghana to no. What they atudwa se turumu one pene so. For Assemblies of God ni. Baumia kan hwiu. Enu awakọ lecture o. Baumia ka turumu no ho hwe. The boss said bound to happen to only the oba be implemented. Be man ye adwuma manfo be wo manfo mato. Papa we muntu ntia come 7 December 2024 muntu ntia no. Star 274 has no send. Oscillate Power FM number 1. Afei wabo 1 na till 5 2 na till 10. Afei temusa na afei yeko. Akonta 1 Terry baby a wo bia no. Ja kese enko enfama miama konta ye Terry champion Terry from United States of America Wabagana champion Terry akonta papa ofrimpa de ene ye na akoyo enti wati ase champion ba kope ye ni ho munim se ye the late a champion ni nua ba ko nyame ya adoma weekendi meme de edi enimu yi omu edi ni na awotweda ewo Kumasi South Intereso wonya 98 years your friend oba panyi Victoria ya pokuya odum ya na dodo na a friend say generational leader do a year Kumasi South Intereso a na chese ho na owo omu di ni na awotweda the late a champion Ghana mampanyi a wonya ne ba bi kro ni nua ba prekope ti the a champion family ye mamu nyina hyede mamu nyina yakọ ene abusu a mofri ye atwema hwediem ene ne patam nyina no ye mamu nyina hyede megye se nyame ebeka mo ho na bibia timi akonka nti mo a mofri ha ekọ Kumasi akodi 1 week nyina no ye mamu nyina hyede late a champion busuafo nyina ye mamu hyede very well na akọyo aba Digitalization don so aba semeti omo da me ho aba afi besim konya ndi adi nkomo Komoni bebiri befa ba omi ahu basisia
Masaka! Easy on your power for Masaka promotion. There isn't a big, or you're big. Separate enter power for Masaka promotion. More day I never dial star 274 hash. Star 274 hash. Area net choose power effort. Now select the number of drawer and put this on wishim. Draw Krubia 5 Ghana cedis pet. The more as a rush draw them when they stand the chance able to marry in a big. Hey, you're big. Every week you be also your 50,000 Ghana cedis in a chair. Hey, 50,000 Ghana cedis. Knock off you, good deal last star 274 hash. Masaka. Power for Masaka promotion. It's licensed and regulated by NLA on Caritas Lottery Platform. Kaida drawing Shashada home.
Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary. So many activities, all in the same premises. To visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting. They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have yourself.
As for me, take very good care of my grandkids. are grow. Yes, a room may be crying. I not hey, woman, remember, I don't think I'm. This is so come. Whole system has moved very well. Maybe garlic capsules. Yes, garlic. Oh, that's
Medimosis garlic capsule boosts blood circulation and enhances the body. Suitable for both men and women. Available in pharmacy store. Contact us on 050-349-4885. Not suitable for children under 12 years, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. Medimosis. How? This advert, FDA approved.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., while early drop-off can be arranged 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Back from the commercial break, live on TVS was and also on Power 97.9 FM. Within Eddie Judith, Capacity Judith, greetings to you. We feel rough one was a farmer. Capacity star 274 hash. Now was sending. Was selected Power FM number 1. Wabo 1 na till 5. Wabo 2 na till 10. You call capacity formula. Enche na me baba ya me first draw. Baba be chis kasa the amount. Chis kana go for so. Chis kana man. Ne wo ba be hwe emma hofefo e bia me ka kire wo say ye NDC for there we have the women and we have the men. They say emma you will be emma you will be emma obi ania hofeka ye kasa nso a ye ho wo so ye kasa with confidence. They say ye nimdie ka ye ni atro ye kasa nso hote wo be hwe emma hofei na say be chiuska unya ne baby a man so ye be baako eye parliamentary candidate de ma NDC ewo awutu senya east ensia wa graduate o ohun ati ase e ma no ne emra nimfo no doso ewo ye amanyoku no with the last said no so graduate ye enchen da so kura sen gusu kobi wati ase we have the women and we have the men enye ya no fo e Jack Toronto ni ninu anketu Jimmy Katete fui. Amema ya bejafo na kwaba na afei. Inya Jimmy Katete fu no. Life mo na afei. The cases Jimmy Katete. Root mo kwaba.
Yo, me da say. Asi.
Biabo ko de.
Aija. Obo ade na dum. Odi ankwa che ye ndie na ye fa ne saa. Say wa wo hwe de ekosu ya. O minor tete aprapa nsam ye ho hwe enye yie. Wo to ayento. Wo free so a obi ampese obe den, obeji esanse sika ye betu akra ya asem. Wo force ya na ye free so a say wo beji wo sika back. Aje nyame bem. Enti no, chese niam mo ye den aye ho hwe enye yie, ye nkola yi school. nsɛm ayɛ bare ayɛ tare ene me ba owo secondary school ya man ne kwan o abetena fie it's almost about 3 months every month bia no I was say mitua extra classes sika of about 2,000 Ghana cedis. What it tells you is senka implement secondary school yiye ena enkola yi eco school no mutina school no mo sin o mutina fia ena nka ye need double track ena ego school so no de John Mahama start see ye no mo ba no mo to aso no mo bie mu na kola bia nya school ekwa there wouldn't be the need for double track. If there's no need for double track and kola man metenefie and kola man metenefie for this longer I will for and who ya se me kwa hwehwe ska se me kwa bobusia se me kwa pene we na maka se me kotua extra classes fee mentia extra classes fee na me ba no otifie no a meja ne ho a me kwa pen now no I am allowing the child to be susceptible to all forms of social vices na wan hwe ni ya na akola nyankopon de adom ache de ache no adwene nyansa so osua no abe nipa titiru da ache no na afi no akwakoda ne asem foforo na akola na akwa nkosua wu ya enoma na eche se bi akola no kofa nyinsen aba enti no de make akwakosi ni say every aspect of the economy is in total mess bibia ni wa ekoso ye na wo kan say yes ya ko school no na enye kwahwe abanfo ye omuti we ya omunso school no makọ na emom they just went through the school didn't go through them. What's my say? Enti no efie nyansa ye di school nimde e de ka ho ema ye di buban ema oman no ekonenim ye na ye nyina ye nya ho fa so de bi enni omotirimo. Enti anya me wanwa what we are saying. But then we will get to the nitty-gritties of the enra enimguase aba omia ekogu ne ho. Ene kwan ofa so expose ono ankasa na aban ono ankasa ni inefficiencies. We will get there into no you know one after the other. Yeah, exposing no.
Ambassador, Deputy National Youth Organizer of the NDC. Mamiko Minuyaba na koyoso. Robo Mwakwaba. I would to senior ACM parliamentary candidate. As what to say?
As waboko nyame adom TVB aboko.
Yes or no chairman new executives more boy Juma.
Yeah, Juma pa.
Chairman Jare.
No yeah, ne ho ye. Ma Jare ne ho ye executives no bia ho ye. Ye Juma pa na come December ye be tu gangster ye na ye nim no nti ye betu ye
bodi gangster na obi enim no
ye boni di utu senya gangster
ye se ma ye mboni di
ma ye mboni di wo media ya ma ne blackout nti nyame ya adoma ye betu gangster na nya me ya wo se na me ba ma ye late pa jag Toronto amambo ya ye ebui mi ba no me fa trotro because e just kenyo it me fa trotro me fro trotro no ye kwa kodu barrier SCC no na mate car so jiska ejame nso minim say no Jack Toronto nyama wa kikei mi yi mi Ghana card a ebetua me lorry fare mi yi mi Ghana card moga entokwe si trotro mi so me mpene Jack Toronto aka say ebetumi di Ghana card aye bibia it me nso make say trotro driver oni ni mate on person mu wi ame ye kun ya ma ye kodu malam jasho mu bufu ye no mu si me enye okada re bi a o twemi a ohun menim no ohun say na akọ Nigeria nka say kwa mendu ha into okada ya papa is say John Dramani Mahama the next president of the Republic of Ghana the okada policy na o say on twemu no o say okada ni bia na menya afro aba ha say no wan je me kapre no basanka chocho na
ti
Examine the no
so kai papa to
me kai no papa
na memwatie no
mate
memwatie tornado
mate
na mbese wo sha ase
okay
na tornado video ni ready a ato dem se wo hwe
mate ye chia no pa
wa shama
ye chia no na we su mefa ekwanya we so echia embebu no a awodo a mo Ghana ha se NDC MPP all party a omo etie nyen ades na masho mu nkran say baby a oman no edru no was say ye imbebu no na edru ye so say ye boy man no ho ban ye imbebu no na edru ye so say ye be sorry agina agye man na eden esine nanso esan say Kwame Nkrumah mo ebe ye bi Rollins mo ebe ye bi ene yen na edru ye so wo hwe de oman yi ekọ ene niema ekọ so a se wo ye bebu no na se sebe wo guso edi MPP echi at this time then I can assure you say wo ye onipa bi a adwen kire say wo nim say baby sa amambonifo we edi yakwa akosi no e wo se mbebu na ye wo man wo mu ye nyina ye ka ye hu bom ne ye sorry gina ho na ye de was. It's what you're a young person in this country, a Ghanaian youth. Please, I urge you, say it is your responsibility. Say it is time for you to rise up to the occasion and stand up and defend your country and voicing out. You are voicing out the level of intimidation that they have subjected the media to, people within every fraternity, every aspect of your fraternity, people within the civil society, people within the religious fraternity. Just say, obi biara ene a teacher for a crown to me in casa. And then headmasters, headmistress, and to me in casa, what casa ya be interdict. Nan saying tell me who say police in be me who say what to musa some na funo. Or ye no who share enye. He came out and voiced out. When he voiced out, they interdicted him. But ya were mind way more previously. A soldier for military for Akita Kalipo.
Not them preba. Was why you are not done preba. I want someone more do a year. Your campaign man not done pre.
Look at this.
We played it here 3 days ago.
Look at this. Yeah, and ya Betty. And ya Betty. Why not? Because you never you military for no at the upper level no and as administrative level, top level no. Omo best sancro for. And now omo ba bonti no make a chance say no cre. Just about 2 weeks ago, have there been no changes? So Oma yes sign me what? Thank you. Oma sisan, Oma yes sisan. What am I say? So the make kwa kwasi ni nyina ne say ye nyina yes sorry aboma kasa. Omu to me single nipa out, nipa bako out. Let's all rise up to the occasion and do it. And I can assure the young people of this country, say NDC is definitely a better alternative. NDC under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama definitely is more, has more vision. We have the track say yeah the omai ebetu nekwan. Maulaya.
Chain. What's the work I say me see?
The heavyweight champion. Heavyweight champion. Attack Nabi. Osiadeyo. Don't pray back. Don't pray back. Honorable Frank. The heavyweight champion. Heavyweight champion. Attack Nabi. Osiadeyo. Now we'll be the first number 1. And someone I don't know so was from Mobian when I didn't know. I am channel.
We so think we order so minim ne height. Or that's what Ghana Armed Forces or Bema Campo. Posting, no one say uniform. Was one there he want to meet Nanado. Period. But
and tell him the truth about the state of the economy. Ya interdicting no. O mind mo ya dia ma ya twa ehu biara enye je. Ene wo pie frifia we nya sika wo beto fuwala na to wa dwendwen. Because fuwo bo akosoro from baby His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eja ni siye. A gallon of 14 cedis, and that's 14 cedis no crown. Later na ye turn no cry. A bros 14 cedis na ye turn for a gallon. And since the police need Baba be catch us and Nanado, I want to meet you. Baby, I want to know who dear cost. So I want to meet you and tell you about the excruciating hardship you are subjecting the young people of this country, the people of this country to. Why interdicting? Kwasha buying way sebe. Akwa way ya. Why na wa kan ye? And can I mean sometimes yeah na yedin. Na we one man be can developmental issues so. One can someone ebe bo man no. Or no et ho year campaign e dey ama whoever and not don't pray. And such a person is still at post. Ain't it say can say corruption index eba no be catch and say your corruption no baby aye gina na ye gina ye ntumi enye any transformation bia yentumi nye progress bia na aban crofo na sanda ne omo esa castigate omo say asem omo kanomba when you na are they not reflections of corruption and endemic corruption they have subjected Ghanaians into
Baumia ya ma yinkenko
anyway ene eye masifim ye me wanwa me ho adwiri me
wo so
say me dwi ho ensiso se ene due ba wumia to me be catch yen say or no any part of the decision makers of this government. Really? Since when did they get there? said Bawumia is not part of the decision makers of this country, of this government. Abra ye nyina ye nim say Omampani Akufo-Addo eye candidate no. Ojina simpie so ka kire say. Esan say ono enya third class ewo economics inti. Onim say economy die. Enya ade a wo de ayi friends Akufo-Addo esi wa now the economy and economics si wa they repel against each other. And on the economics there you ade a wa bon wo mpa onya ade. Enu nti ena okwa akofa Bawumia basa de be ya Bawumia ba be hwe yesikasem ene ye economy so na yetumi ai den enya a stabilize the economy a development ni improvement in the livelihoods of the ordinary people of this country beba. Is that not what Akufo-Addo told us?
Vaton Isejosubi
Akufo-Addo kro ya abra yeto abama ni wie ya I think say in 2018 Oko Parliament, Oko State of the Nation's address. At the end about Akufo-Addo kache. Or say under the stellar leadership of Bawumia, we are seeing gains. Under the stellar leadership of Bawumia and on the economic management team, we are seeing progress in our economy. Is that not what Akufo-Addo told us?
Growth. We
are seeing growth. We are feeling growth. Is that not what he told us? And at what point did Akufo-Addo strip Bawumia off is a potential or a friend saying opportunity now or the man say no measure your economy so win him say economy we are talking about basically two major factors, the monetary and the fiscal. Yenim say when it comes to monetary side now a Bank of Ghana and a in charge. When we talk about the fiscal side can say the Minister for Finance and in charge. Now all these people put together, no, they are under the leadership of Bawumia. Because Omunyinara is part of the economic management team of the government. In fact, and indeed, there have been many occasions I hear him say, contracts ni biwa MPP are buying crab betoye, Bawumia nankasa on his own volition and making sure say you cancel sa contracts ni bi. And I'm talking about one of the contracts are interoperability, mobile money interoperability. Yeah, give symptoms, right? Not symptoms and in charge before John Mahama be free abemono. Now we had this our contract and they must symptoms say making sure say omeden you bet to me drew baby and and even go beyond in terms of our ability to send money from one network to another network. But don't forget, say even that no na enukra na wo that just that we were using the token system so okay. But apart from token system, we felt say we should be able to do it directly. Into yes, our contract in signing ya. Now symptoms na there no mobile be and say no babe build, operate and transfer for 15 years. Na said ye a mobile money for no MTN ade no oya no mate kakra no mo so mate ne kakra nti na aban kra nya ade obetua kapre kra was ade no. Bawumia etumi call Central Bank and make sure say ye jesa contract no e di free sancrophone nsem. The man another company almost a whooping over say 2 billion Ghana cedis or whatever. Bibisa. What am I say? Under the assumption say, oh, there were corrupt practices. If there were corrupt practices up till now, yentumi prosecuting nipa ba kukra say ebia corruption because of way and away into no.
All be lies.
Ni na no na eyentro. Me can we akwa see the fact to say Bawumia today cannot tell us to say or no any say in this government. It is not true. And it can never be true. Minya, Bawumia engagement, he spewed a lot of lies. Lie, and you be NSA or say employment, or employing nipa ba 2.1
million.
2.1 million, right? And I answer. Minya, when him say just last year, Ghana Statistical Service. Almost the unemployment rate by from 15 years to about 35 years. Now 15 years to 35 years, we have just about 1.2 million Ghanaians are unemployed. 1.2 million Ghanaians. So say Bawumia catch they and say employ nipa 2.1 million Ghanaian Ghanaians into employment, then we should not have anybody in Ghana today who is unemployed.
Any intimate for any amount 450 or more cotton.
Even the 450 now, they are not paying about 8 months or so. Exactly. When him said national service, since our current group of national service for started here,
I'm saying next week.
And I am not surprised, say, a very visionless vice president will out of no thinking say, Oba abolish the national service, no. Now, why you no say, oh, wow, pa voluntary. It is.
Anyway.
Let me tell you, I don't know the kind of people who advise him. I don't know the kind of people who advise him. But it tells me, say, Baumia is simply. Sometimes, you are pushed to say certain words. Mommy, let me just finish on this national service thing. National service, idea, let me tell you.
National service.
A lot of young people opportunities to be where they had never envisioned themselves to be.
Of course.
There are people who were ordinarily living in places and can be Accra no say and you be na so omusa de aba Accra and come to me nya akwanya Accra. Because of national service inti obi etumi enya information ministry aba be ejuma obi etumi enya petroleum akoye ejuma obi etumi enya Ghana gas akoye ejuma because of national service national lotteries akoye ejuma say wo wie ejuma no po na yamfa wo ho the social capital a wo benya by associating yourself with the kind of people and the caliber of people no.
Parliament.
So we are smart, a young person by the time I will be with national service in some of these portfolios, master know what to me raise capital, like you can even start business on your own. But compulsory. Do you know what that means? It means that people would have to use their discretion to decide any posture. And even when you give people the opportunity to decide based on their own discretion, you are ordinarily taking people out of opportunity space. So who ni mo be our national service? That is where it will get to. Who ni mo be our national service? Nature say rules wa enya dia obenya bi. Mami ma example. Who call other countries to say Israel money idea. Meaning say every who wie school national as part of national service no krano. Ya ma military training me wa.
Yeah.
Military training. So which means that you have the basic security training wherever you find yourself in everywhere in this world. You can fit in.
And defend yourself.
And then even a Juma Ahudo Bebe private sector even if you don't have up to about 5 years working experience, they don't want to take you.
I mean, now call you Remo. You better about VAT and any E-levy and any other ones and so. Now no one common awareness center. Now call you young coin. Baomiakasa.
Muga. And you make say me share Jack Toronto Jr. a speech now on my
Jimmy Katete.
But to me, I'm share even into 10 minutes. Was mysterious. I found it so ridiculous. Bible Psalm 12 verses 2 to 6. Psalm 12 verses 2 to 6. And then I call you Bible next year. I see everyone deceives and flatters and lies. There is no sincerity left. But the Lord will not deal gently with people who act like that. He will destroy those proud liars who say, we will lie to our heart's content. Our lips are our own, and who can stop us? When you call you a Bible neka. Now, Usha and you and ye see, uko a dictionary mu, now uko sheshe. The meaning of a manipulator. Your call dictionary share the meaning of the manipulator. Or say a manipulator is someone who uses misleading statements to exploit or influence others to their advantage. They are people who actively craft a false statement or omit certain facts from a statement to mislead people they are presenting. Moga asema mike na meka akujina bibi ba akoso. Yansha from 2020, 2016 moko, Yanom ebeje power. Nyama Timothy Baumia promise yes omo beye sa besine as we speak 2024 nyamano ontumi enye. In fact, the MPP government no disappointed the ordinary man, and sometimes no omo kasa or omo acte omo kasa now omo feel say Ghana for kola or the Ghanaians are not discerning enough to decipher nya eye nokre nya enya nokre nya eye good and nya eye bad. Omo kasa omo to be bia egu from mu bi keke because they don't respect Ghanaians. She obia entumi enwia ade to say Baumia e wo Ghana ha say as vice president. Na ote akonwa so and oguso so te akonwa so as vice president. Onu nkwa na etumi wi 10,000 bags of lele rice from a civilian. Enyo obi o Baumia na yesa. Ye komwa o promise say obey satellite your friend say campus. Owiaye.
Free.
Owiaye from a civilian 10,000 bags
from
kwa record ni ma obehu.
And saying I will say name one of the 8 ni bi e wo Flagstaff House. Sure to Gapoha and I from saying.
Yeah, Gapoha.
I say omuma Baumia 10,000 bags of rice on Baumia's letterhead. Oh, you didn't hear that issue. Wow. And I know he's even under investigation, but as we speak now, Baumia is still working with him on Pamone.
Okay. It's not just say or support Adiana guy in the yeah, Satellite campus or so besi wo yendi. Ontumi nya ho hwe. O ka so besi hostel sama ye nuanu kaya ye. Because we should mebusuafo ni bi nso eso akaya. Fantastic. But on see ye nanya eya me ya kra ya me sa asefem kra ne se no Baumia na ma ye hu se ye kra ye Ghana card a ye de so ye ti a load na beba automatically. Nti ehun se ye kwagina kwa ho ana maame digwa ye kwagina ne ho na ye ka kire se ye pese ye so anyama cause Ghana card no alone no magically no your friend say digitalization ebe shwa maame na nyama na load na wato no ebe gu Ghana card ne so ewe eti ite no so ye de no so be kwa experiment ma ya hwe. In fact, kaya ye for no matter some complain because say share statistics the crana it is just a few percentage of the kaya ye and the Ghana card ye kasa sisia. Na ya kwasho na ye bobo Baumia intro na because one say uko your friend say brofumwa o say someone has been captioned as the king of liar. Now we didn't try to the extent say no your beki biano. Everybody knows that it's a fallacy, it's a comic relief. I was say Oweka say Ghana for ye tie bibi na ye mfa enyi ye stress, but sometimes the stress na ye unique no enyi because asem na all kanu ento aso she onu aso ka say oba be see 1,000 factories with 40 billion Ghana cedis ono so awe ntumi anye onu aso e ka say ono pa as Baumia as the vice president of the Republic of Ghana no no he's going to choose your friend say Ghana card over 1,000 interchanges. Because interchange and interchange na dey aduane beti a table so enya interchanger ya papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama under the able leadership of the NDC and ebema bibi akoso wa Ghana and na ebema Ghana ayeye and na ebema Ghana abaye krabehwe na Ghana card no ehu hia 1,000 interchanges no ye na aye nim the way about me okay bibi osio ono okobie toilet wo ha say okobie water wo ha say nyama o promise ye say obeye ewo Ghana no under the MPP government no ontumi enye sa toilet and water facility ontumi enye emubia no ye na ye nim say ye nua ye friend say Jack Toronto e promise say obesi 570 dams in 2017 besine dams no ario say etuo say ayiro ye hu dams no ono aso e ka say ye sidi ye na ye nim say oye economic headmaster ni amama ni edin akese ye see the IGP arrest ye himself kwa say your friend say one prison so there were ankafo besine ye dollar na dwane no ye see the na dwane to the dollar rate no ye tumi enye ho hwe na menwa ba e ka momo ni ho asem ye enwa ye papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ono ne time no intraportability na ode baye no say no Jack Toronto Jr. afa to ne ho say ono na initiate ye me ke so ono initiate ye no eden na ode abeka sa edwuma ne ho because one say unye initiator of something na to me and owning it you can't own that thing and call it your own say o say ya wo na ya frau Mustafa na ene ya frau Jack and na ya frau Toronto that doesn't mean say one na wa wo maame and no papa na ya omo wo na omo tu di no I shall say
Jimmy Katita.
I know ya Japan. I don't know ya the as a Spanish or say Chinese.
Jimmy Katita.
It's I don't know to me and say when you was sawa would into one hour. It doesn't work like that. Now also I can say Momo dear in kayo here for a system. Ya ni bi ya ni sikano. And I to me as any Momo 10 Ghana, 20 Ghana, 100 Ghana. Am I a bush ya for our abroad E-levy dear. And now Momo Momo system ni dear. On taxida into YK MPP and the Baumia government and omo taxi E-levy sesia ama kojo upon enkroma enkra so abeka say na E-levy no Baumia and na ehye ase se broni eka say or no and ehye ase or if you are instrumental to a cause no it is a very big word nature say ejuma na wo ye ebo party no asombo ye kwa dictionary mu sesia na ye kwhwe the word instrumental na as say if someone or something is instrumental in a process or plan or system that person or thing is one of the most important influences that causes something to happen. It is nua be makojo upon inkruma aba endorse enyo bia ono ani party nim be ma abeka say he was very instrumental ewo E-levy ni mu asem no sometimes no eya na Ghana
John Boydon so kan bi
John Boydon so aka sometimes na nyama ni bi ye mystery E-levy kra etwaye won say esa na nyama ni bi eye sere kakra because at the end of the day say wo papa eye wo boss wo papa eye wo boss eye nana ado ene wa wo ka ho. You have implemented some policies and now some levies and now some nyeme bia mo feel say mo dibu on mine ebe ye now we ko gina ho to undermine your boss like I say nyama na mo wa wo ka ho you being involved in that process no nyama na mo de ba you are going to abolish who are you lying to
we did
not attempt that's what you say he's incompetent. So odin echikra when shia bibi apprentice ejuma no when shia ye when shia enfree no because the master was a bad master. That is what Baumia is trying to say. Say the boss na no ne nam no ejuma no not the boss no ni so. Into onu akodi apprentice no ejuma no when shia I think say won't say I think say nyama na okoken kan enwa no. Minim say oju ho ana nyama no ye de share nsem. But we gidi say ya papa wo His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. How the next president of the Republic of Ghana? Also, or Kokrum or Koto. Nani building Ghana to Nyamani Bia or Kekano. And your friend said about me, wafa penny paper no try to home. It's acquire say copy work. Into baby away Juno. Yamane pressure. Onya Bibianka. Ministers now say me say. Ministers Onya Bibianka. He quickly has to just write something down and come and say something just to please his people. Where is it so pleasing Ghanaians?
Because I say in some all kind of I say Omuna Nadu be more.
No, not at all. Ombuna Nadu, Ombu finance minister because unewo bosses ejuma. Now mom okaho ma omu initiate something and now omu the policy be bad. Then later you go and sit somewhere or stand somewhere and say sa nyama na omu the abane there what dear you don't support it and you are going to no it is from now till December airby from now to election day airby what prevents him from abolishing it from now? Because you are part of the government initiating sa nyama no na government na twemu government ni wuye so okay bibi okay say won say ejuma na ya calling no. So sorry na for sale ho na also ubeye ejuma na you mess up your life and mess up the lives of the people following you. Ejuma no nyame ejuma it is sometimes to ourselves what's nothing and have the spirits of discernment. Na who even asema oka so even obitro assembly maukra na obitro speech maukra you should even be able to go through it and have a second thought of it. Na sure say asema oka king wa wo hwe wo mu a asem no efiwa no epia etoho how is it going to sound? I would say you have to do a proper retrospective of yourself na who say nyame but at the end of the day na wo ne boss say ye adwuma na wo ye mates e wo chochro mu now say there be na fair we are ye gde wo dia wo nka ho na driver ne nko na edge fair na driver ni wo dia wo be twika na wo be sesa fair. Who are you and who are you deceiving? It's me your be mamoga nyama na kokoso enua speech na Jack Toronto Jr. ebe man say me to me no me feel say I say oh nu ne ho and on or sister. He's ridiculing everybody. Why ye abeye I say oye comedian beat say no obia obeye bibi na obia ekoso ni twi say jaye nkohwe comedy bi say no eja ko mo ne your friend say Bobo Kalamo no omo enyi le owen mo no omo eja adwuma no ama Jack Toronto Jr. and no na o entertaining Ghanaians as a vice president there inka yo say inka nyema ni bi kra obeka no ebe she nkra e wo say eye bibia obe bringing hope to the people because
but
they
don't
say,
talk about any achievement and I say
no because there is no achievement Moga there is no achievement because achievement say be wo na obeka then na wo obetum there is no achievement there is nothing to the name of the MPP uhwe ukokroma projects bebre na omokro omo flag say oh we MPP for na ye we MPP ukonyeme motumu say ye papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and ye before the 2016 elections
private sector
a private sector it's as we speak no they don't have any projects to their names ebibi na mebobo ye no say promises omo kan ye no they haven't been able to fulfill any of those promises it's then obeka say MPP for ye and then obeka say inka LGTB where airbe aya papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama akoka say no or your Assemblies of God ni until he doesn't support exactly inka koke bibi na ye nwanumu kremofoi na inka yen so ye hu say oh your friend say Jack Toronto Jr. ono so support but won say ono anu oni sat man
oh this only na do
exactly only sat man he cannot speak for himself he doesn't have the willpower to decide for himself
LGBT
na say no dey copycats and also nyama also o copy nyama bi o copy ebeye
nti ono no person o teso by 10
by 10
ne de ye you na enim so oboa
now he can't do it
copy work
you know say I won't say copy obi examination hall na ndi pan ne ha right no e ya shukuru kontombria sometimes so shesa na wa tro shi so na wa kotro hi it's no be na ba omia ne e no ade no onhu so you see they are just stealing the policies but they don't know how to implement it and even how to also the first mistake is even how to communicate it
exactly
communicating the policies is even a problem
but now was he prepared?
He was. Oh, I actually say he was not prepared for this. I said, "Okodu UPS hona the idea didn't show the phone show said then." And I said, "Kokain." It's when your time po because you can see his demeanor. What said your papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama? He's an excellent communicator.
Very.
Or he's an excellent implementer. And an implementer. Ojuna Kokasa, his demeanor, his actions, his tone. What said? Oh, when you're communicating, well. Baby, I obey you every word and now the impact of what you want to say, no, any tone I was all picky. Now, all the say, man, your facial expression, and it's like it all counts in communication. And yes, Obia Wako Jina Hona, jigri. It makes.
For a second, I was like, your boxing ring one, and then assembly. Hey, now when you're
it makes the whole thing look as a send your cage from Kolane Crown to say,
is this serious?
No, he's not. He can't be.
Very well, but I say he can't be. Live on TBS was it, and also on Power 97.9 FM. Star 274 has no was and was selected for FM number 1, Wabo 1, NATO 52, NATO 10, Nafe Yabatum. Na chicheska no so onsa ebeka wodi ma me fa sadaka sema maboa for ene awie sadaka CPS nkoma Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center madaro ma omo na akwakofa eye Medimosis garlic beet eye capsules e dia ba medi eye garlic capsules ti Medimosis garlic capsules ni nya bi e boa etumi aboa improve blood circulation moja edini pedua no mafurisa no etumi aboho ma ye kama e dia ma du baby ana nsa ene wona ye titiriti wo si ananse na ache wo ananse no ni baby ana waba abecho no anse ubenya eye medi eye Moses garlic capsules ni bi anom ebetumi aboa cholesterol ewo ni padua no no be yi ni nyina afiri ho e de ama wo eye number 1 immune booster bibi nenom ne betimi aboa ye pharmacy ne heba shop bia nationwide ubenya eye medimosis no ibi ewum prostate problem na ha sexual weakness ma eja inji hono hono entumi nkoyie no wenya bi nso a wode wonya medimosis nindo ni bia femakio S capsules ne ne keka ho na ebesisi ho yie pa e de amount na afromosis no so aboa mema no hypertension ha diabetes sciatica typhoid fever malaria stroke ne yare bia no akodan eye medimosis clinic and herbal center we was saying so problem dental problems ni nyina no obehwe e de amount dental barrier ho no wo one eye police station edi nhwe ni mu AESL building inside the Ghana Highway Authority yard Accra Ministries ajekojo one school for the deaf one edi nhwe ni mu kuma sa ene makokobe ni wo bo assist and task kwantempo no so fe na ne medimosis twetwe komo 0244 068447 0244 068447 ofra medimosis obeje so na bibia so etimi akonkan e de amount Safari Valley Eco Resort and a free semen kanchero seba wildlife experience any udru eye asoye ho any green kwa any what ya say obi be say glass nkwa wedi green kwa na udru ho a any jata sebo zebra no moko no mo ba wenya odofo bi mo dom ho ma ye wadi awie na makojojo mo kakra what ya say girlfriend bi a wo feel no wo do no na eye Valentine be ment na ho scanu unya bi a chill. If you chill you will die, if you don't chill you will die. No mum na wo hewachi na sister wachi ye said be a wo ma mebre no ne ade a ehia ni nyina chill no na wo release stress ne kakra udu aso wa obo say yes ni omompa no nkoso hwe ya wo nte ase mpa no enye kwen bia na bedsheet ne sumie kama edu anwumra makata mo so ne de body to body na yen konkon na dedem no an say odu ni be kire wo aware wi hanimu makwa akodi enuane omo ewo ho nso no local and continental dishes awo bamro fufu amane ne ba abusuafo ba holidays ehwa ti menyi ho enfrim omo gym ene swimming pool nyina ewo ho from 0596914394 0596914394 na se wodi ani be kire eye okre constituency okre hono omo ewo eastern region dew ona abe hu safari power specialist about hospital semen control hepatitis A, B, C, D and E netete or a fatty liver problem, sciatica, prostate and a how unknown penny baby atechema a osa compo a seal minim and I fibroid minimum a one wire day see kuyi wa would dear egu because when you're fibroid pakodama mean obeboa papa na obibisa say power specialist about hospital or him kuma say ye wo fe yase Lake Bosumche kwantempo no so ye just bo finish station na edi enhwe ni mu kwabenya pokuase ACP kwantempo no so sanso na would we ni kire takura den so Anaji Estate ye ne Anaji MA Primary School ni di nhwe ni mu wonso no wodi we ni kire wa ebetimi aboa frɛ na one power specialist about hospital twetwen komo 0244 544422 0244 544422 ofra ye beje wo so amuzu aba clinic semen kanchiro bema wa yemre ewo mpem bema die wadawroma gojini die ebema wa no watumi afaya early ejaculation ene makonta mesia na terry mesia wo bema mesia adam sam se wo bema na jese yenkonko a wasa wo so yenwu se wani atankoliga biga se bema no capacity man na maje so enu sa anu du so oba no edu ba bi kwa akoma kwa ma wo mbo jese wo besori anopa no bi sa se die na obedi kojo jese wo don no bibi akoso kama process problems ana bema hunsu ayemre debi no fine fechiri capacity man hunsu ayemre say debi amuzu adawrumenti mini problem eye gono eye syphilis stomach ulcer eye koko obi a wanom nsa man sen etwa photo ubesi wuja nsu ntumi nyai amuzu so bema wakwankyere keke no de bema ebetumi aboa stroke yi beboa na ni nyina efi ho ama hwe amuzu ekira kwan won kra ha Christian Village Chimota wa wanipuma filling station no na edi enhwani mu Madina o main station adjacent Melcom Shama Lebanon second step aso among from Oben police station no Kumasi Tafun share so Moro market Muzu junction wa 0241 959326 0241 959326 ofra amuzu obeje oso na bibia nso etimi akonkan ede amount sanso na make for Hebron Hills International School say excel and shine baba no ko no wanye entity pa media of the Home Road ubenya admission ede amount bano na ne dachi etimi esini S natural mineral water and super papa korajin ba ko a Ghana fo nyina agi atom for nature 37 Abebrese Street ya ewo SYZ Broadcasting ha oba enua bi no abeto bebre uko akoton bi mi say edi kwaten enua no onom edi kwaten enua no onom landlord enua no onom asare Kingsby Runabout enua landlord enua na chese yede eye bibia nti uso ko na kope bi ebra abeto bi wa ya na fa ko ba se me Mr. Robert obetumi aboa Madam Joanna Adobia Ofori na oba ene Sego no Radio Good one of the directors no Madam Joanna Adobia Ofori maame ba kupi o Central Hill enya ne tie se momi ewie bia na Sego afre o maame si otie wo ene enya ne tie se maame da ya wan sori yebusua ni nyina mo am Central Hill ene yenua panyi Sego o nyame emfa ye maame Adobia ne kra ensi mmere so a nyina beba beboa na yetumi apɛ baabi edi oledi ato Central Hill for yankopon nkam ho well Star 274 has no ascend was selected for FM number 1 wabo 1 na till 5 2 na till 10 capacity yanko yetie to ne edu former Ghana ambassador to Netherlands yentie no na papa imote ne kanche aka bibia fa ba omia ho let's listen to him.
The candidate who wins the primaries will have to face the Ghanaian electorate. The hurdle they have is the record of Nana Akufo-Addo administration from the period 2016 to 2024. I'll come to that later. For Bawumia in particular, his hurdle is the crisis of credibility. Who wants to vote for a person who has proved himself to be a liar, a flip-flopper, a man who is not disciplined, a man who calls his political opponents all kinds of derogatory names? The word incompetence, which stuck with President John Mahama, was coined by Bawumia. And over the period, he had made sure that on every platform, he make innuendos towards the competence or incompetence of former President John Mahama. And he does it with the most annoying guffaw. You know what the word guffaw means? A belly laugh. It's amazing. But this is a man who has managed Akufo-Addo's economic management team since 2017. And is full of ideational contradictions. One day he says, when the fundamentals are wrong, the exchange rate will expose you. The next day he says, when the exchange rate is fluctuating, it does not mean the fundamentals are wrong. Hey, like the hare said to Alice in the Wonderland, say what you mean and mean what you say. But this flip-flopper, self-styled or acclaimed to be an economic whiz-kid of the MPP.
I get on here, greetings. First winner, Ewa Homano, so star 274 has no send was selected for FM number 1, Wabatum, na till 5, na fe yako. Hello.
Hello.
Hima Benny. Rebecca, when Zaka, I be go phone us wrong. See, when you're 500 or phone, so
500
capacity.
Capacity.
Zaka, never quite shopping. Why? Never man call out.
Oh, the doctor can do what market.
Because I tried the beer trap. That's it. Capacity. Star 274 has no was and was selected for FM number 1. Also, Obisabe County DSCI, Tugumusa, and we bonus and I make a mawam, Tugumusa the mawam. To also be part of the winners. But to Mrs. Star 274 has sent the selected for FM number 1 after bottom. Ayako. I may call me about with the last said or so. Afi. 5 Evanko.
What him say about Miao is a con man. Sakawa boy. Oh yeah. Nintro no 419. Me da say. What him say about me? Gimmicks are okoye ne nra.
Sakawa ne dey no Washington 419.
Oh wow. I say. That's why Sakawa boy. I mean no Sakawa. Sakawa is Sakawa me boy.
419.
419. Ah well. See enra. Gimmicks are. Any concert na okoye wo UPS ni nyina no. E sheda e detach na ho from Akufo-Addo. Na enkoye say no de no ni say e wo Akufo-Addo aban no me. It is for me an admission say or no any the boss no the entire MPP government have been a complete failure. Almost fairly poto beyond redemption. Until my min pe nyansa krono kwan bi mfa so na me hyedan ye te se me kra no na me ni sei boga na ye ni o my way mo and about me e put in who say or contested for MPP presidential candidate. All the people who matter in MPP including Akufo-Addo abra na ye nyanto ba omia so aba so o man be ye ne running mate obeye I can say flag bearer. Nyinara engineer simpie so and support Baumia. You think that is just for nothing? Because Omunim say, my begotten son in whom I am well pleased. Me no me doba ba kupa also many. Baumia ye Akufo-Addo doba also neni. Na onim say with Baumiano. Ono any nebusuafo any sika omedwiri any oman we resources are omawia dia to omo generations upon generations upon generations no it will be secured with Baumia. Obiara ni wa obeba no widen wabetete omo. I say we are retrieving what you have stolen from the coffers of this country, of this state. And you know they trust Baumia say he will continue the legacy of Akufo-Addo. Enti ene Baumia begina ha be ye no ho te say sebi ono onka aban we hu a na Baumia per se well or your 419 enti no that is exactly what he is exhibiting. Eno na menua ba kan ye no enyema bebrebe na osi oba obeye a bebre na kra ye copy from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enkasa ye ne neniama wa de wakeka e de a chenkrofo to say de kan say 60 ministers John Mahama si oba obete so under Akufo-Addo mutumi appointed 126 ministers any deputy ministers. Na Baumia no he. He was part of Nkrofo na omu decided on who and who should be ministers of the state. In fact, yen nyina ye nim so ono ankasa ni nua ba akra no na oye minister mebwa regional minister. Yenim se ono ani nua ba akra ni nsam ena abobo ya ba ku 500 or so more eyira ya up till now ontumi mfa ni nua no cry he's not been able to bring her to book ni akase ye kwa kwahwehwe baby asa abobo ya no wona yenje kra ni retrieving chichama mbebunu no munye adwumaye ontumi enye sa. But this is somebody who has the effrontery to lie to us and say ono oye mate sir mate ni ye ni mate and a wutumi enya sika on the election day alone Baumia spending over 80 billion Ghana cedis. Ewo ne way so ewo ne can say ne primaries mate and a wutumi nya 80 billion and they na driver ne de ewurade yetiati and they na yewu and they na ye ho hwe anya yie abusuafo ye kan akwakosi ne say everything they have said are complete lies. Is it about taxes? Aban way by, you know. Omanya, minim say, omo day taxes over 48 taxes and omo introduce. When you say any day, say Yankopon ya wadoma, Who de ukwa ya bisa. So the journalism ejuma no de I'm going to say what tintimu, and you know who to talk to. Would they just go and interview Omomoto and Casino and let them give you a list, a plethora of taxes, any levies, yet there are 2 importation of cars. And then Baumia out of Sebe Nyansa ni vision na owning no, and he's so myopic in his thinking. Say, or no, baby, jina wa catch and say. The importation of rice has drastically reduced. And no, buying yefa credit and farmer or no any buying for any ama o my meba enya ne sapo minia moga when him say importation on rice so the levies ne taxes no so much, so huge, so much say and crofon to me imported tax rice cra into me farm ball mine mu bi and nunti enama importation no akofom. However, we are not seeing the commiserating improvement in the local production. But what I say, and you know, baby, your production no one no as it is now no a reduce compared to what it was under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And can the papa muneka we credit no? There was they say, okay, we'll reduce the importation of rice and can we improve the production, the local production of now we'll support it and then fertilizers, your farmers to mean talk, so they are unable to produce.
Very well.
And then meaning say there are few companies around and as factories around here into rice processing. Person around share rice and they are not even getting the local rice to buy normal be processing. And you know what that means? It means that young people who would have been employed in those various production firms and asset factories are now, almost, they are being taken out. But finally, because me youth organizers, let me just say a word on the unemployment thing, and it's very important.
Quick one.
Moga, say Ekufu Adone Baomia, to me, I'm Ghana for 2.1 million Ghanaian youth. Ejuma, we should not have any employment issues in Ghana today. As a matter of fact, what it would have been is I was saying to me employ in Krofopo outside Ghana. Nanko area Nigeria for no omudo osubro so no. Nanko akwose so omu bia ba so omu yeden omu be boan. But it is not the case. And we know say we cannot trust these people. Say can you say ebia ebinom very fallible obi wo hwa on sheda anti economy ase on sheda nim the governance issues ebia and throw now ebi obetie wo wuntumi wone hwan mo no and ebia be shape the idea and I'm telling you said there's no point for us wasting our time discussing this trasher ba omia ekan.
But I say we dala said o mameko nua ba na akoyo so Dominic kasi a champion wo ejoso wo ejoso constituency vice chairman so wo hwe life in chakese nkoma Anso na Kwesi Ashanti Regional Chairman Uni Isham any executives nyina Yami Inshama Joanna CPC ne Oba Audrey ja enkamo nyina. Over to you na akoyo.
Moga. Well, Baumia issue I don't think it's even worth discussing because bibia anymore I was say inka you wasting your time krana ye kasa ye discuss. Kasa ya ke ina no. We haven't even said anything because ono jina wa obekasa enwa no. Ono wanka hwe. So there is even nothing for us to discuss. Share Ghana na ya wono enye nipa ba ko Ghana o. Na ya Ghana. But Ghana no collapse ewu apro to the extent say yen to mikra ensesa ase no. Say ye the shovel cry sesa. I'm not even sure say even the leftover ni cry ye benya. Ama Ghana na ya ka no. Ama no say na ama ni wewu. Ama na ewu because the ama is fed up. Say ya de Ghana atare ni din ho so the nyama nka ewo say na efata Ghana for no it is not being done. Ama nipa baako ana nipa mienu omo ni omo ebusuafo omo afa Ghana aswa ase omo personal property. Ama the entire Ghanaians no we are suffering. They say no obi a show so obekasa. The teachers say bre, lawyers say bre, doctors say bre, journalists say bre. Inkofu ya yedi dwa wo krom ebre market women ebre ahimfo na ebre obia ebre nso okoka ne say kei wanyasem it obia di yaw no ehye mu enu nti na ye papa a oye the next president of Ghana no John Dramani Mahama okotoi ni to ya okono ono no ne policy no onim say to be able to be a good leader. Down the line where there's a good leader, and your leadership obi even common communication is even a problem for him. No, and you be to be a good leader. No, you have to work together with everybody, the stakeholders, those that matter. Ghana no, ono your papa is Excellency John Dramani Mahama enim say Ghana no enyo no kwani die no kwan so en to me en govern Ghana en siesie Ghana na se opese Ghana no ebeye krabesha na say everybody in Ghana matters. Now everybody in Ghana matters no on kwashane them en fani pa mienu miensa en kwaka say yendro policy emma Ghana debi or say opie he's going out, he's going on the tour, he's going to the people or the grassroots na omo en kanchano na omo muano na omo emba. They should come together so that they can solve the Ghana issues na your Ghana has say no any individual issue. It is a Ghana issue. Inti say ye na ye kambo mo inti na okwa okoshia himfo okoshia police for okoshia TUC for okoshia a friend said the grassroots okoshia obia na obia. We should all bring our rich ideas na on fan to the clergy on fan to paper so na yen to me and building Ghana. Oshia ni theme here we are building the Ghana that we want. The we there is underlined. Now we net a walk on the net say obiane Ghana and any papa Ghana. It's your best remo. Your papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Le turn na no. Let us embrace it. The policies na order ban minimum say 24-hour economy say no. And everybody is appreciating it. Obia be didi ejuma be bam obia ushe the category and the criteria of in Jume be a while let's say omo beye under the 24-hour economy. It is even encouraging. Yeah, youth na every region benya netie share the even your friends saying utility bill, your light bill, because of the 24-hour economy. So when you sign on to the 24-hour economy, no, or light bill tariff, no, you do off peak hour never from. It is even encouraging. For say, yati has a cry, you be a pure water company, be cry, you be say you be fat in Kofu baby because ahumachi juma electricity bill no a beba fem. It's a security, so
which means that a lot of more young people will be recruited into the security agencies.
It's your best ramo. Say ejuma die ebeba under the 24-hour economy na your papa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the next president of the Republic of Ghana, Edebano. So let us all embrace it. Let's embrace the torna or konana inshallah. Everything be fine.
And one will say, Moga, Adia when this in John Mahama when they say, yeah, buying you. Obi biara efata obi biara we Ghana ni biara no wo se fata say every opportunity that is there for everybody you can also get it. And so you don't have to carry the name of any Achi Mafia. You don't need to be the brother or sister to the vice president. You don't need to be a friend to me as long as you deserve it on merit. Ubenya unsabeka ubedidi webusunya bedidi ohubeto so that you can live a meaningful decent life.
Madam Maase Linda Obinwa Oklo MP honorable Edema Shai Osidoko constituency so life and Lydia Double and Mago so more enjoy show ni papa Mago fans
ya feel too.
Mago ready over to you. Over to you. Yedibesia ni asoso. Ene babo amabene ene be poso hima de anwumre no sia kase ebo edebebreo. Channel se na ye awada ebo no wotwe ahia ohene babo amabene odi gumbesu ebebreo TV no so na wotwe pepepe na enam TV no so na san na Power FM ya wada bia e channel se na gumbe no emo nsem no ebeye din papa na wow. Okay. What do you
because any man know the right thing or what taxes taxes are 2 years so that's what say ubabe abolish it. Meanwhile and yeah, may taxes are money by one casa na wo front.
Yapon.
I don't know. See as as vice president, what you started. Yes, say. Yes, say. You best so a kaya share woman. And I'm a boy. Show work. Do something. Show work. Do something. Show work.
All right, Madam, you know, I say.